Hi, welcome to my channel, Takoyaki Tarot. Today is July 21st, 2023. So July 21st, 2023 is Friday. So today is Friday. So before I get started, I just want to remind anyone that is watching that these messages are not going to resonate with everyone, and that's okay. If they resonate with you, gives you clarity, great. If it doesn't, then don't force it to be your story. Don't try to make it yours. All right. That's that. All right, I'm gonna start pulling cards. Yeah. Let's just see what comes out. Okay. No. Hi. Yeah. Thank you. Alright. No. Thank you. I'm gonna put it right here. Okay. I don't need it right now. That's awesome. First card that comes out, transformation. Nope, you have to be careful. So, transformation, like 1,000 storms held in hands, soft against the winds. There is change arising from deep within. It's so funny because earlier today, a moth landed on me, and I thought it was a butterfly because you don't normally see moths during the day, right? Moths are usually... No. Okay. Hold on. So, yeah, which I thought it was a little interesting because you don't normally see moths out during the day when the sun is out. You usually see them at night. But, this moth was, like, it wouldn't, I don't want to be mean, but it just, like, it just kept landing on me, like, my legs and my clothes and, like, my hands. Like, it just wouldn't leave me alone, which is fine because, you know, it's beautiful. But between my friend and I, like, the moth would just, like, I don't know, it was, like, stuck to me, it seemed like. It came out of nowhere, too. It came out of nowhere. So I looked it up online, and moths represent good luck, represents changes, right? And in some instances, they can also represent death, all right? So how that ties in, I'm not sure, but I feel like it's not exactly like a physical death. I feel like it's more like metaphorical. Kind of like if you know how they say like death of an ego? It's something like that. Like you kind of like have to kill the weaker part of yourself inside of you. Like the part that's dragging you down, right? So if you had a part of you that was nothing but like bringing you doubts, anxieties, right? Like you kind of just have to put an end to that version of yourself so you can kind of like transform into like the better version of yourself, right? Hence the card transformation. Like 1,000 storms held in hands, soft against the winds. There's change arising from deep within. There's changes happening from deep within you, collective, deep within you. Like you're starting to understand, not understand, understand who you are, your power, your goals, goal, your mission, your purpose, and you're realizing that, hold on, all those versions of yourself with doubts and anxieties, it's you're gonna have to put an end to that, right? And I'm not saying, oh, just get better, just be happy, because that's not what I'm saying, right? But if you're gonna take a spiritual path, like, you're gonna have to do some work, right? So how you do that work, I can't say, because everybody's path is different. So that's that. Major transformations happening. It's about what you can create too. You're creating these things, and it's not like it's not like one day you just woke up and it's like, oh, I can do this now. It's something that was already inside of you. It was like deep inside of you, but you kind of like had to like crack the shell in order to bring that part of you out. You know what I'm saying? All right, you know that, by the way, I'm like so on camera today. Those ice cream bars, what is it, Magnum ice cream bars, and like the soft delicious ice cream is on the inside, and like the crunchy chocolate outer layers on the outside. You have to like crack it to get to like the yummy part, right? It's kind of like that. You have to like crack those layers and those shells, and in order to be able to get to this version of you where you can create. So you're going through that right now. I guess that's it. All right. Champions. So we have transformation and then champions. Break free of restrictions. That's like their first line in the card. Look. Break free of restrictions. Things will stay the same unless you are willing to fight the status quo. Yeah, I feel like a lot of these restrictions were put on you by yourself. I mean, I'm not downplaying what you've gone through, what society, your family, your friends, blah, blah, blah. I'm not. But also at the same time, you have to realize that, like, a lot of what we go through is what we allow. So if you're constantly feeling a certain way about yourself, there's a part of you that is allowing that to happen. So in some situations, you kind of have to put a boundary up with like the weaker versions of yourself. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I can't explain that any other way. But things will stay the same unless you're willing to fight the status quo. You are not willing to let things stay the same. You're breaking free of restrictions, things that are holding you back, anxieties, doubts, things that make you feel like you're in bonds, something about your freedom. Like if it's not making you feel free, like if it feels like you can't make a choice or you can't be happy, then it's gotta go, right? And that goes with like yourself. Like if you're starting to question yourself or feel a certain way about yourself, that feeling has got to go. It says you'll show true genius if you dare rebel against rules doctrinaire. Yeah, so I feel like this is also, you're smart enough to go against this, right? It's like you know that there's a better way for you than just living this way. It's like you just woke up one day and was like, I don't have to do this. Like, I don't have to be 9 to 5. I don't have to feel this way. I don't have to think this way. No. I don't have to, whatever, right? It's like you just woke up, but like you're smart enough to know that there's a better way. Experiment and bend those rules. Forget the old ways learned in school. Now try an unconventional way and do not fear what others say. Yeah, I feel like at this point you don't even care. You're just going to do things your own way, right? And usually when people do things their own way, they get themselves caught up in things that they should not be getting caught up in. But here's the thing. you are allowed to do things your own way, right? Because it's like you're doing things your own way, but following the spiritual rules and laws, right? That's the difference. This also is talking about bloodlines. Whatever you were learned by, because it's forget the old ways learned in school. So this could be a school within your job, like whatever you learned in your work environment, whatever you learned from your parents, from your siblings, from your family, whatever it is that you've learned, it's like it has no merit anymore. It's no good, right? At least for you. For other people, it might be like perfect, right? But these rules that you grew up following, they're not for you. So in order for you to break out of these rules and do what you have to do, you're gonna have to change. Because a lot of the times those rules were meant to keep you like in doubt. Like, I can't really do this, and who do I think I am, and blah 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 blah. I have to follow the status quo, I have to follow the rules. And you're like, I don't have to do that. I don't have to do anything I don't want to do. There's something about deep roots as well. The letter F. Somebody's first, last, middle, initial, name of a word or a place. Oh, fun. I feel like you're just having fun. Also, this work, because this is work. I feel like this is like unseen work, right? I feel like you're just having fun doing this. On the other hand, your family is watching you do this, but this is fun. I feel like you're the type of person that, like, challenges excite me. That's the kind of person I am. I like a challenge. Challenges excite me, right? If I'm not challenged, I'm bored. So I feel like this is something that, like, is fun for you. Like, going through these transformations and obstacles and, you know, trying to better, it's fun, right? I don't know. It's a genius thing. Anyways, God's chosen ones. Yeah, you guys are the champions of God, right? Champions of God. What is it? There's so many things in the Bible about champions. I want to make this short, so I'm not gonna go into like every detail, but that's okay. If anything, you could just do the work yourself. We got a couple cards. We have the letter H, could be somebody's first, last, middle, initial, name of a word or a place. But on the bottom, I wrote happy. Look, I wrote happy. So you're just having fun and you're happy right now. You're having fun, you're happy, you're doing your work, God's chosen ones. Don't forget to relax also came out. You know, because even though you're having fun with this, it's like your job, you're in love with your job. Whatever job this is, you're in love with it. You know, people say, if you work in a field that you love, your job won't feel like a job. There's just like a saying like that, right? So even though like you're having a fun time and you love your job, it's still a job. So don't forget to relax and like, you know, have some downtime. Your job doesn't feel like a job, but it's still a job. Like, I feel like that's how, I don't want to say easy it is, but it's kind of like everything is just like smooth like butter when you work. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're not missing out on anything. That goes in the middle. Because somebody wants to make you feel like you're missing out being part of society. You're missing out by choosing to be like the black sheep. Like, you're missing out by choosing to be a loner or by choosing to be isolated or by being an introvert. Somebody wants to make you feel like you're missing out by doing things differently. And you're not. You're really not. There's nothing you're missing out on. Because why would you be missing out on regular society when you're having fun and your job doesn't even feel like a job and you're a chosen one, and right? You carry the light, your sister, ex-girlfriend, or wife. All right, so these are two different people. These are the two people that are making you feel or want you to feel like you're missing out on something. I promise you, collective, you are not missing out on anything. I promise you. I promise you. There is nothing you are... Whatever these two women are going through, this ex-wife or ex-girlfriend, that's one person. And then your sister, that's another person. These are two different karmic women. Whatever these two karmic women are going through in life, they could be the kind of women that are stuck in societal norms, right? They have to look at a certain way. They have to be the certain way, look the part, act the part, be the part. And you're just like, I don't even like that movie. I'm not doing that. I'm not watching that. I'm not acting like nothing, right? That's you. And they want you to feel like you're missing out. Like, oh, you should. You should be acting the part. You should be looking the part. You should be speaking the part. And you're like, for what? I don't even like the part. I don't even like that movie. The movie that's called Societal Norms, I don't even like that movie. That's not the kind of movie I like anyways. So I promise you, I'm not. Right? You're not missing out on anything, collective. But this is what's in the middle. So you got two karmic feminines. So you could also be a feminine as well. You could be divine feminine or a divine masculine. It doesn't really matter. You're just a divine person. So you divine person. In your outer field, right? I guess that's the best way to put it. You have two karmic feminines. A sister and a ex. And they want you to feel like you're missing out by not being part of society. It's like, I'm legit choosing to step away. Why? It's so interesting because it's like, I'm the one that decided to walk away. What makes you think I feel like I'm missing out? Like, this is my choice. Like, I isolated myself. I stepped away. That makes no sense. Oh, you're missing out because you chose to walk away. This is my choice. It's like somebody's trying to rub it in your face that they're like that you're missing out because you're not miserable by choosing to be normal. That makes no sense. And also, like, normal is like art. It's like subjective. Like, there's no such thing as like, I mean, their normal is not your normal. This, for you, your way of life, your path, that's normal for you. If you were to choose to live the way society wants you to live, that would be not normal for you. That wouldn't be normal at all for you, right? I also feel like this ex and this sibling of yours, they cannot live the way you live. But I promise you, if they were able to live the way you were living, they would in an instant, right? But because they can't live the way you're living, they want you to make you feel bad because you're not living the way they're living. It's so, it's like, I'm going to make you feel bad because I can't do what you're doing. That's exactly what it is. Nine of Wands, reverse. Let me get one more for the Nine of Wands. Temperance in reverse. I feel like this karmic ex and this karmic sibling, they're saying things about you. They're saying that you're unbalanced, that you're all over the place, that you're just tired, you're exhausted, you just can't handle life. But this is them. This is what I'm talking about. They want you to feel bad because they can't live the life that you're living. So they're trying to make it seem like their life is your life, I guess. What was I saying? Yeah, Nine of Wands. And then Temperance in reverse. Yeah. I feel like this is what they're saying about you. But the thing is, with the Nine of Wands in reverse, you're very, like, you're not... How can you be exhausted if you're having fun and you're happy? Like, your job doesn't even feel like a job. And on top of that, with the don't forget to relax, I feel like you can relax whenever you want. You're very clear-headed, too. Like, you know what you're doing. That the problem with these two karmic feminines is that you're not looking at them. That's their problem. And because it's their problem, they want it to be, I don't know, the communities, the whole world, your families, your friends, your neighbors. They want it to be everyone's problem. It's like, why won't the collective look at me? The collective is not looking at me, and there's a reason for that. It's because of this and this and this and that and that and that and this. So here you are, very like, it's like, you know what you're doing. You're not tired or anything. You're not exhausted. You're having fun. You're relaxing. But they're telling people that you're unbalanced. That you're kind of like, you just don't know what you're doing. I feel like that is so manipulative. Honestly, okay, your sibling is the one that's telling people, oh, they're not looking at me because they're having trouble in life, or they're unbalanced, or this or that. That's wicked. But you're just minding your own business. Like, you're minding your own business. You're not bothering anybody. And that's the problem. Especially with this karmic feminine, these two karmic feminines, especially this karmic sibling. You minding your own business is just like, it bothers this sibling. So this would be the type of person that they like to be in other people's business, or they like to know other people's business. And because they can't know your business because you're not looking at them, it's bothering them. So they're going to tell people that, well, they're not looking at me because, you know, temperance in reverse. They're just, their life is all over the place. Why else would they not look at me? Like, what? So because somebody's not paying attention to you, their life must be in disarray? That makes no sense. Yeah, it's the sibling of your... It's interesting, though, because this sibling, her life is in disarray. She's imbalanced. There's a massive imbalance going on within her. But she's telling people that there's a massive imbalance going on within you. And you're just focused on... We have F for focused, H for happiness. You're just focused on your happiness, doing your job, minding your own business. What? Ace of Cups. Yeah, you're not missing out on anything. There's love in your life. You're very full, too. You're emotionally fulfilled. There's... Your cup is being, like, poured into constantly. You're minding your own business. Focus on your happiness, your job. Loving, being in love. Whether or not you're single, you know, you could be... You're just... Your cup is being full. Your heart is open. There's emotions in your life. Like, I mean, emotions in your life. You have a very emotionally fulfilled life. Like, your cups are being poured into. You're pouring into... That's the problem, too. You're not pouring into them. This karmic ex and this karmic sibling, you're not pouring into them. You're not looking at them. And because you're not looking at them, oh, well, their life must be blah, 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 because they're not giving me their attention. They're not giving me their love. That makes no sense. This is the kind of person that they get, like, offended when you say no to them. Like, what do you mean no? Like, what do you mean, what do I mean? I mean no. Like, so if you rescinded your offer in terms of friendship, family, jobs, whatever it was, it really hurt their ego. Because they're really operating out of ego. It's, for some reason, when you rescinded your offer, like your access from them, when you took away your access from them, it caused them an imbalance. And it's so crazy because you're not missing out on anything. They're missing out on, like, your abundance of love. Your never-ending cup. Like, your cup is always being filled. If you pour out your cup, you look at it again, boom, it's filled again. Like, you didn't have to do anything. You just And even if your cup, if they poured out your cup, you look at your cup and it's still full. Like nothing changes for you. And I feel like they're very bitter about that. All right, let me get like 2 more and then I'm gonna close it because I want to make this a short reading. I got okay. Knight of Swords. This sibling, they're gonna come rushing in. I feel like they want something from you. Be careful though, because they're gonna come. You're gonna the way they're gonna come towards you is very erratic. They need something, and their demeanor is very off balance. It's like they haven't slept in a while. They haven't showered. They need like a break, a peace of mind. They're just like erratic. You know how like you see in cartoons where the cartoon has drinking like, I don't know, 6-up cup of coffee, and then the cartoon character is like shaking, right? It's like this is how their energy feels right now. It's just all over the place. And they're gonna come, they want to come towards you. We have the Hanged Man in reverse. This could be a Pisces. So one of these could be a Pisces. Be careful though, because this sibling, they haven't changed. Nothing's changed for them. Nothing's changed for them. And that's a problem. The reason why they're so unbalanced is because they refuse to see things from a different angle. Meanwhile, you've changed your perspective a long time ago with this Nine of Wands in reverse. You've changed your perspective a long time ago, which has allowed this momentum of transformation, fun, relaxation, happiness, right? You're a champion of God. You've broken free from the status quo. Your cup is overflowing with love. Like literally, look at this cup. You see how the liquid is flowing out? It's overflowing. It's like there's so much love. Like, how can you maintain all this love? And you're just like, I got so much love to give. But the problem with this, specifically this sibling, is that you're not giving them your love. And there's a reason for that. It's because they refuse to see things from a different perspective. Their own their stubbornness is what's making them irrational. They're very irrational right now. Irrational, erratic. And they want to come, like, bombard you for some reason. Like, with help. Or, like, information. Or, like, to bully you or something. This person has not changed at all. And then, again, you're not missing out on anything. You're not missing out on anything is a blockade between these two karmic feminines and you. It's like the universe is reminding you. Like, you're not missing out on anything. So even if these two karmic women came, both of them could be Pisces, actually. These two women could both be Pisces, that they refuse to see a different perspective of life, spirituality, the world, themselves. They just refuse to see. And the universe is like putting up a blockade. It's like, listen, these two women, they have not changed. And now they wanna come towards you, but their insides, they're a mess on the inside. They're a mess. All right. So this is a reading. I hope it helps. If you need a reading, email me. Bye.